People don't think that they should pay income taxes. And funny as it may seem, I agree with them. Their income is what they receive for creating goods and services for us, all the rest of the people in society. But that income, I don't believe, is really all there's anyway. If they didn't have the market for their labor, if there was nobody to hire them, or there was nobody to buy the goods and services that they produced, then they wouldn't have the income. So some part of that income is because they live in the society. And if they live in the society and they receive the benefits of it, and the benefits of the society that came from people that aren't even alive anymore, the ones who set up our education system and all of our public services and our infrastructure, all those people before us, they contributed to our income as well. We couldn't sell our goods if we didn't have roads and means to transport them or telephone to call and take orders on. So I believe that some of that income is not really coming from the total work that people do or the total amount that they've invested and whatever. A lot of that is because they live in our society. But I don't believe they should pay in tax on that income. Uh, they may reinvest that income to produce more goods and services for the rest of us in society, their society. But when they say that I shouldn't have to pay taxes, that is pretty dumb. They shouldn't pay back for their education, for what the society has built up and enabled them to do. Certainly they should. It's only an imbecile that doesn't think they should pay taxes. And so what should they pay taxes on if it's not paid on their income? Well, they don't get any benefit out of their income until they spend it. They don't get any benefit from what they've saved or invested or the returns on that savings and investment until they actually get the money and spend it. So they should be paying tax on what they spend, on the wealth that they have used up from our society. All of those things that everybody else has produced for them. So it's not too different from income. It's their consumption. And income is hard to determine under this present tax regime we have in these stupid books of regulations and so on that have been trying to correct the mistakes in the taxation of income. It would be so simple just to keep a record of all of the money that a person gets. We already have that. There's no money that's lost record of anywhere these days. Everything is accounted for, every business transaction. If we know all of the things that go into a person's income, we know all the cash flow that they've got. We know their total income that has come in, whether it's from their wages or their dividends or from their sale of assets, their sale of their shares, sale of their business, sale of their farm, whatever it is. It's money that comes in. It's their income. And if they don't spend all that income, if they save some of it, if they don't get any advantage from it today, they'll get the advantage tomorrow or someday in the future. And in the meantime, we'll have the use. The rest of us in the society will have the use of that money that they didn't consume. So if we simply take all the cash that a person receives and we determine how much of it's left, that's their consumption. That's what they've taken that the rest of us have produced. So that's where we should tax it. We should tax that on a graduated basis. So those who have got the most benefit from society, which gave them the most income from society, the most cash to spend, they should pay a higher rate, just as it's set a higher rate on income now. Nobody thinks there's anything wrong with higher rates for the higher brackets of income. So I can't imagine anybody arguing against higher brackets for the higher amounts of consumption. And if those brackets are higher, they may cut back on that consumption. It may mean that there's more left to go into productive assets to produce more goods and services for the society we live in and the people in that society. So, when you hear somebody saying that they shouldn't pay taxes, you're quite entitled to laugh at them because it is the height of stupidity. They may very well think that they pay too much for taxes. Well, that may be their fault too, because maybe they didn't vote the right people in to control the expenditures or to have the best policies. You know, how many did they check each candidate in an election time to see how much they knew about the country's economics or what their positions were? Or did they just vote for a political party because they saw some quick advertising? So they really have nothing to say, even if they think their taxes are too high. That they can control by getting the right people to make the right laws, the right economy, but don't listen to them say they shouldn't pay taxes, because they should be happy to pay taxes. And so should we all. Thank you.